Wash your face, splash the water, rub your eyes awake, and start the day. You did this an hour ago. So did a man 4,500 years ago, standing by the same kind of water under the same rising sun. But here's the thing. By the time tonight ends, one of these men may be dead, and the other rules if no ordinary man could ever touch him. Same sun, same river, same morning. Two completely different lives. Let's live one day in ancient Egypt twice, hour by hour, and watch the gap between them split wide open. It's the dead of night, hours before dawn. The sky over the Nile is still dark blue, a few faint stars left. In a cramped mud brick village, a man wakes on a thin mat on the floor. His name doesn't matter because nobody wrote it down. He is a field laborer. He hauls stone. He is enslaved, and his body is not his own. He rises in the dark because the work owns his morning. Around him, the household stirs in the cold. His wife grinds grain on a flat stone, back and forth to make the day's bread. A child sleeps curled against the wall. There is no fire for warmth, only a small clay lamp burning a little oil. He eats nothing yet. He cannot afford to start the day full. He splashes river water on his face, the same gesture you used this morning, and he steps outside into the cold. Then he walks. The worksite is far, and he goes there on foot in the dark with a crowd of other tired men. No one speaks much. The path is worn smooth by thousands of feet that walked it before his. Across the river, behind high painted walls, another man also wakes. But he doesn't wake himself. Servants wake him. He is the Pharaoh. To his people, he is not just a king. His people are taught to see him as more than a king, a man placed above every other human being. When he splashes water on his face, it is poured for him from a golden bowl by a kneeling servant. Same water, same Nile. One man fetched his own. The other never touches a bucket in his life. The Pharaoh does not walk to his day. His day is brought to him. He wakes in a bed of carved wood, in a room painted with blue lotus flowers and golden birds. No one hurried him out of sleep. The cold never reached him through those thick walls. While the laborer was already on the road, the king had not yet opened his eyes. The sun comes up. Both men look at it. For the laborer, the sun is a clock and a threat. It tells him work has started, and it will try to kill him by noon. For the Pharaoh, the sun is family. For the Pharaoh, the sun is part of the royal myth around him. He is raised to believe heaven itself stands behind his throne. The same light falls on both of them. They see two completely different things. By the first hour of light, the laborer has reached the riverbank. A huge block of limestone sits in front of him, taller than he is. There are no machines, no engines, just rope, wood, water, and men. Dozens of them lean into the ropes. The stone drags forward across wet mud, one painful inch at a time. His shoulders are already raw. Behind the work crew stands a different kind of man, an overseer with a short whip coiled in his hand. He does not pull rope. He watches. When the line slows, he shouts, and the crack of the whip snaps across the air. The laborer flinches and pulls harder. Fear moves the stone as much as muscle does. By the second hour, the Pharaoh is being dressed. Fine linen, so white it almost glows. Eyes lined with black coal. Gold on his arms, gold on his chest, a striped headcloth, maybe the curved false beard of kingship. He is not getting ready for work. He is getting ready to be looked at. Every detail says one thing. I am not like you. Mid-morning. The laborer eats. His meal is bread and onions and a thick warm beer, more like soup than a drink. The bread is gritty with sand, and over the years it will grind his teeth down to stumps. But it is food. It is calories, and he swallows it fast because the rest break is short. Mid-morning, the Pharaoh eats too. Roasted meat, figs, honey cakes, wine carried up from the cool dark of a cellar. Servants taste it first in case someone has tried to poison the king. He eats off fine pottery in the shade. The laborer eats sand in the sun. Same hunger, two different worlds on two different plates. Now the sun climbs to the top of the sky, and this is the dangerous hour. Out on the open ground, there is no shade for the stone haulers. The heat is brutal. Sweat pours off the laborer faster than he can drink. If he stops, the overseer is watching. If he collapses, he is dragged aside and another man takes the rope. He keeps pulling. His vision swims. His heart pounds in his ears. The pharaoh spends the same hour indoors, in a hall built of cool stone with high ceilings and deep shade. Servants wave large fans to move the air. He hears reports. He makes decisions. With a word, he can order a temple built, or a man freed, or a man punished. He feels the power. He does not feel the heat. The thing trying to kill the laborer barely touches him. Afternoon, a crew foreman scratches marks onto a flake of stone, tracking the work, the rations, the days. This is one of the small miracles of Egypt. They could write. They counted the days, the floods, the grain, and the way they cut the year into pieces, into months, and into hours of light and dark is part of a long chain that eventually reaches the way you measure your own morning. For the laborer, the afternoon is just more stone. A man near him slips. The block lurches. For one heartbeat, everyone freezes, because everyone knows what a moving stone does to a body. The block settles, but not before it catches the laborer's hand against the rope and tears the skin wide open. He bites down on the pain. They keep pulling. There is no doctor coming for a man like him. No bandage, no cure, only a rag torn from his own clothes and pressed to the wound. He knows what an open wound can do out here. He has watched friends die from less. But he has no choice, so he wraps it and reaches for the rope again. Death stood right next to him and then walked on. For the pharaoh, the afternoon is ceremony. He is carried out to be seen by his people. They bow. They press their faces to the ground. To them, his throne is tied to the Nile, the crops, and the return of the sun each day. The entire order of their world, they are told, rests on his shoulders. He has never carried anything heavier than a golden staff. When the heat softens, the pharaoh takes his leisure. He sits in a shaded garden beside a still pool where fish flick under lotus pads. A servant plays a harp. Another offers him fruit. He may play a board game across a carved table, moving pieces for the simple pleasure of it. While one man fights to stay alive in the sun, the other plays to pass the time. The sun starts to fall. The light turns gold, then orange across the water. The laborer drops the rope for the last time today. His body is wrecked. His back will not straighten properly. He is maybe 35 years old, and he moves like an old man, because for someone like him, 35 is old. Many of his friends are already gone. Hard work and hard years burn through a poor man's life fast. The pharaoh watches the same sunset from a high balcony. To him, sunset is part of a sacred royal story, the sun disappearing into darkness, then returning again at dawn. He believes that when his own time comes, he will not simply die. He believes death will carry him into a royal afterlife among the stars. That is why, stone by stone, the laborer is building him a mountain. The pyramid is a machine built to make a dead king seem eternal. Now night falls, and here the two lives split the hardest. The laborer walks home in the dark, the same long road back. He has a fever from the heat, and the wound in his hand is hot and swollen. In a world with no real medicine, a simple infection can become a death sentence. He lies down on his mat, shivering. There is a real chance he does not see the next sunrise. The pharaoh lies down too, in a bed of carved wood and fine linen, guards at the door. If he is sick, the finest physicians in the world are summoned. If he lives, a kingdom obeys him. If he dies, an entire nation will mourn for weeks. We still know his name. We never knew the other one. Now think about the ends of these two lives. When the laborer dies, he is wrapped in plain cloth and laid in a shallow pit in the sand at the edge of the desert. No name is carved. No treasure goes with him. The wind shifts the sand, and within a generation, no one can find the spot. It is as if he was never here at all. When the pharaoh dies, his body is not buried in sand. It is dried, oiled, and wrapped in layer after layer of fine linen, sealed against time itself. They place him deep inside the mountain of stone, surrounded by gold, food, and everything his priests believed a king would need beyond death. Stone is rolled across the door. He is meant to last forever, and in a way, he has. Same sun, same river, same night now closing over both of them. One man may not survive till morning, the other believes he will never truly die at all. And here is the part that reaches all the way to you. The ancient Egyptians were among the first to split the day and the night into 12 parts each. 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark. Add it up, and you get 24. That idea, refined and passed down across thousands of years, is the same 24-hour day you live in right now. So tomorrow, when you splash the water on your face and check the time, remember. You are using a frame for the day that was shaped on the banks of that river under that same sun by a pharaoh who believed his name could outlive death itself, and by a nameless man who hauled the stone and may not have lived to see the dawn. Same sun, same hours, wildly different lives. And the day itself ticking on long after both of them were gone.